so apparently I am now live. So today, hello, I'm Gail Edwards, and I'm a global impact and personal brand strategist. That's what I do. But really, who I am is I am a very powerful and intuitive entrepreneur. So I wanted to speak to you today about not just about what I do, but about the impact of what I do actually. And one of my lovely clients, Yvonne, actually volunteered her services to come and speak to us so we can have this conversation about the impact of what I did with her and what I do with all of my clients and what I'm planning to do with some of you even on Tuesday the 29th of December. So without further ado, I'm going to invite Yvonne on to this live with me. Waiting for Yvonne to join us before I tell you exactly who Yvonne is and what it is that Yvonne does actually, because I'm quite honoured, extremely honoured and very humbled. Let's just move this down a bit so we can actually see me as well as Yvonne. I'm very honoured and extremely humbled to have worked with Yvonne, because for those of you that don't know Yvonne J. Douglas, Yvonne is an internationally acclaimed author, best-selling author, but more than that, it's what she writes about. Yvonne is a shaman, she's a healer, she's also, do you know what, I can't do Yvonne justice, so I'm going to ask Yvonne herself to come and explain to us exactly what she does before we get into the crux of this interview. Because Yvonne, I'm extremely honoured that you've chosen to join me today. Never done this before, so it's great that you're my first interview on Instagram. So how are you, honey?
I'm very well, thanks, Gail. So glad to be here with you.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Loving the tech. So Yvonne, for those people who are listening that don't know you, just give us a bit of an insight. Who are you? You know, stand up in your hallelujah, Yvonne.
Well, thanks to you, Gail, I can now kind of really pinpoint who I am and what I do. So I am a shamanic practitioner and healer, and I help people gain clarity for their purpose so that they can create magic in their lives. And I heal these people on a deep level. And I work with sensitive souls, empaths, because they have such a raw deal in this world. And as I said, thanks to you, I'm able to kind of just say clearly what it is that I do and who I am. Because it's not just about what I do, it's about who I am and how I step into that space. And working with you has really helped me to gain, to just give that message in such a succinct way. Yeah.
Oh, it's lovely to hear you say it as well, because sometimes, especially if we've been doing what we do for a really long time, we think that we're talking about it in a clear and congruent way for other people, but we're not. We're just so much in it that we just assume that other people understand, and they don't always. And that's part of what I do, help people to kind of clear up their messaging, I suppose, which was one of the things that we did with you. But Yvonne, you have been on this upward trajectory, man. You know, what's going on? You know, because, you got clear, but then more happened. What was the more?
Well, I think it's because I got clear, it just made things so much easier, because with my message that I was able to gain from you, it then I was able to kind of market myself in that way where people could see who I was and could see what it is that I do. And since then, you know, because I do so many things, as you mentioned, I'm also an author, I'm also a speaker, and I'm also a counselor. And so all of these things that I do, being able to bring them together into that message has enabled me to just be very clear in my marketing. And since then, I have just gone from, I don't even know what, I've just gone clear in terms of the clients that I'm attracting, the abundance that I'm manifesting, and just really feeling comfortable in my work and doing my work and fulfilling my purpose. And, you know, that's what it's all about, really. It's about fulfilling your purpose. And so many people now are looking about, what is my purpose? Why am I here? And I talk to people about this. What is your purpose? What did you come here to do? And so by working with somebody like you, it's going to really help people to clarify what it is they do, who they are, and how they can market themselves. So I have gone from, I don't know, I'm just, yeah, I'm just so glad with where I'm at the moment within my business and within myself. Yeah, I'm flourishing. I am flourishing like
You
never
are.
before, like never before.
Yeah, you are. And you know, that makes me feel all warm and fluffy inside, of course, because it ties into my purpose, which is to really give a voice to not just empathic
Empathic.
empathic, not just empathic entrepreneurs, but also disruptive entrepreneurs. And by disruptive entrepreneurs, I don't mean that they're rebellious, causing chaos everywhere. I mean that they are the ones like you, like me, like many of us, who are really their square pegs looking for their square holes. You know, we do stuff that's so different. It's not always by the book or by the norm, and we get frustrated by the norm, actually.
Oh
And
God.
just it's not for us.
No, it's not.
And they're, you know, they're the people that I love to see flourish. So when you flourish, I flourish. And it's
Yeah.
really nice to see people get really comfortable in their skin. But what I want to just take you back a bit, Yvonne, because, yeah, we are seeing the great Yvonne J. Douglas now literally shining in all your glory. You're helping so many people. And we're going to come back to that point of purpose in a moment. But just take us back a little bit to where you were before, because I've known you a long time. And sometimes I can tell people that are watching this now, sometimes the people that you're closest to are the hardest to work with because they don't want to listen.
Yeah.
Right? They don't want to listen. They're like, yeah, but that's just Gail, or that's just Yvonne telling me that, you know. So where were you before I had to rough you up?
You know, I was doing my thing, but I wasn't really doing my thing, if you know what I mean. I was like maybe a little bit scatty, a bit unclear, and struggled with marketing my message, and sometimes got confused. That's the word, a bit confused. So, and it caused me a lot of frustration, actually, within my business. And when I came to you, it just, it's like the penny dropped. And I remember I cried.
I remember.
I cried because I just thought, you get it. You so get it. You so understand what it is I'm trying to convey, what message I'm trying to convey. Because as much as I know what I want to convey, I kind of just got a little bit confused with how to do it. But when I worked with you, it just made things so clear for me. And I am so grateful to that, because yes, we know each other a long time, and sometimes when you know each other a long time, we can get a little bit, you know, that kind of thing.
Exactly.
But, you know, but just being in your presence and going through that process with you, it really humbled me. And I'm so grateful, because I just see you as a genius, girl. I really do. You are such a genius. You are a visionary. You are a leader, and you are an expert. When I listen to you sometimes talk about business and talk about marketing and branding, sometimes my jaw drops, because I just think, this woman knows what she's talking about. And you know it on such an intuitive level as well. It's like it's like it's a no-brainer for you. It's just there. You just deliver. And not only that, because you're an intuitive yourself, that makes it even more special. You know, because as intuitives, as empaths, sometimes we can feel quite, what's the word? We can feel a little bit overwhelmed
Oh gosh.
in the working world, in the corporate world, in the entrepreneurship world. We can feel a little bit overwhelmed because, you know, we are different and we are square pegs, and you know, we don't all
Square
fit into
pegs.
the
Yeah.
hole.
Square
Yeah.
pegs looking for their square holes.
Yeah, and so it can feel very daunting sometimes. So having someone like you doing this work, I think it's amazing. I think it's brilliant because you are the person to go to, actually, when it comes to intuitive entrepreneurs, branding their business, trying to, you know, get out there, get their message out there, be an expert in their field. But what you do is you're helping us to be the go-to person, you know. And you know, since working with you, I've people that are coming to me, they say that they've been stalking me for maybe a few months. Some of them have even been stalking me or following me for a year before they actually make that decision. But they know that they have come to the right person, you know. So many of my clients now are just so grateful for the work that I do with them. And one of them, she says she doesn't even want to share me. She goes, my counselor, she's the best counselor there is. And but you need to go on the Black and Asian Therapist Network to find your counselor because she
You're
doesn't want
not
to share
having
me.
mine.
She
You're
doesn't
not
want to
having
share me.
mine.
Exactly. But you know, it's so lovely to hear my clients speak of me like that, and the work that I do. Because do you know what? I love what I do, and I know you love what you do.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And it's when you can make a difference in someone's life, that's just priceless. It's priceless,
It
and
is
that's what you do.
priceless. And I suppose the difference that makes the difference is that when you work from this kind of space, you're not talking to people about the legacy that they can leave. You're talking to them about the impact and what is the legacy of that impact. Okay. And that's slightly different. It's a slightly different mind shift. And that's what I do when I'm working with clients like yourself, because you're right. Back in those days, it's not that you didn't know what you did. It's not that you didn't even have any business. It's just that
Mm,
there was a confusion, there was an overwhelm, there's definitely a frustration.
mm,
And it got to the point where I was so fed up of seeing your frustration, despite how many times I said to you, Yvonne, let's just sort this out. You know, eventually we did. And I'm
yeah,
glad that you trusted me. And
yeah.
now here we are, and you're reaping the benefits of that, you know,
Hmm.
and to see that from my perspective is just joyful.
I
It
know.
it it really is. But it also brings me back to this whole thing about purpose. See, people either overplay purpose or they underplay purpose. They forget that there's actually a balance. So a lot of people talk about purpose in terms of it having to be this big, you know, this big thing where you have to make this huge global change all at once, all in one go, you know, and it overwhelms them. So
Mm.
hence why they can't find it. They're eternally looking, searching for their purpose. And then you've got other people who kind of think, well, my purpose is just to exist. You know, I go to work, I've got a job, you know, what else is there?
Mm.
But really, purpose is the thing, it is the defining factor that allows you to be clear. It allows you to be so clear about who you are, what you do, who you do it for, why you do it. All of that stuff at an identity level comes from purpose, because purpose comes from the soul. So when I'm
Mm.
working with people like yourself, and I talk about personal branding, of course I do, but really I'm branding from the soul, from the inside out. We're looking at healing, although and bringing all those shadows out into the light. So when you first started working with me, Yvonne, and you heard personal branding, and then we started the work, what did you think?
Well, I didn't think it would go as deep as you you did go, because as you say, we went to the soul level, and it feels kind of strange doing the work that you do. I didn't think you would have to go deep down into the soul level, or I didn't, and so it was like, wow, she, as I said, you really get it, you because a lot of people out there, when it comes to branding, they don't think about going on a soul level. So because you do that, it was just perfect for me, absolutely perfect. And I was just blown away. I was
Well,
blown away.
that's where the magic lives. The
Yeah,
magic lives in your soul.
yeah,
So for
absolutely.
me, as an intuitive, as an entrepreneur, you know, as a creative, and certainly as a branding strategist, it makes sense. If I want to release, you know, if I want to help you to release that creativity and to create that magic that exists, then I've got to go down there and get it,
Yeah,
you know, because that's where it lives.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that's what we do. And, you know, as you know, on the 29th of this month, I'm actually running a masterclass about this
yeah.
stuff, you know, standing up in your own Hallelujah Masterclass. And the reason why I chose to do this masterclass now is because 2020 has not been the year that a lot of people thought it was going to be for them. Even if it's been a
Exactly.
good year,
Yeah.
you know, it hasn't been the year that they planned. Nobody has had the year they planned because none of us foresaw this. And, you know, so many people have been saying to me recently, especially that, you know, oh my gosh, you know, I really thought I was going to do this, I was going to have more, I was going to be more, blah, blah, blah in 2020. And I want to say to them, look, it's not too late. You can still be the go-to person in your industry. You just got to be prepared to do the work. So I'm going to facilitate the work and let's do it. Let's do it on the 29th. Right, it's going to be a 5-hour session. We're going to have a half an hour break, so it's not going to be it's not going to be all the way through. We're doing it at a no-brainer price, so you know it's not even about having to think, oh my gosh, I think it's going to be so much. It's just about let's just get the work done so that 2021, no matter what happens, you are already set up as the go-to expert. Everyone is moving their business online. I've got more and more opportunities online this year than ever before. So it's not as if you don't have to wait until things open up and you can stand in front of an audience. As you said, you've had a very successful year in terms of clients already, haven't you?
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, and as you say, it's not too late to look at this because we are in a time period where things are manifesting a lot quicker than before. We're going
Yeah.
into the new paradigm. Things are really, really changing. And I'm actually looking forward to going to your masterclass again because
Yeah.
I'm sure that I'm going to learn some more and that it may even evolve me even more. So
Yeah.
I would just really encourage people to invest in yourself and your brand and your business and do this masterclass because Gail is fantastic because it's also very healing. It's also very healing. It's not just about the business side of things. Do you know what I mean? And and this is what I love about how you do your work, Gail. It's the soul level work. It's the healing work as well. And I tell you, when you step into that hallelujah moment, you will cry.
Well,
Your soul will be so grateful that you've done this work.
well, as you know, I say all the time, if I don't make you cry, then I've not done my job.
Exactly. Exactly.
Can I just
Yeah.
say, for anyone that's listening that thinks that I'm cruel and I'm whipping people into shape, no. In
No.
fact, we do actually have a lot of fun in the process, but fun can also bring tears. You know, joy brings tears. You know, a
Yes.
lot of the time, and it is that release and that relief that people often feel. So before we go, Yvonne, and I know you said that you're planning on coming again because you're right, we evolve. We don't stay the same.
Exactly.
We're not static. You know, we're not
No.
statues. We're human beings. And
Yep.
especially this year, things have changed. Maybe you've got a new business idea, or you want to add a new service to your portfolio, or you're just feeling a little bit, well, now I'm ready. Because I always say, I only work with the volunteers. I work with the people that are ready. I never need to sell my stuff. People always say to me, oh, but I never see you selling anything because I don't need to. I only work with the volunteers. The people who are ready show up. So if you are ready, then click the link in my bio. Okay, click the link in my bio. Let's get this done. Let's get it done on the 29th. Let's be honest, what else are we doing? what else are we doing this year?
Exactly.
So we might as well get together, have a bit of fun, and not only change ourselves, but change some lives in the process.
And that's the key, changing lives in the process, because each and every one of us has a different purpose. And if we stand in that purpose, we are going to make a difference to humanity's existence.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Yvonne. You know, I often share what the impact of my legacy is, or what the legacy of my impact is. So the legacy of my impact is, you know, I work with people to help them to master their message, amplify their brand, and multiply their profits. That's what I do. And I work with people who are often square pegs looking for their square holes. That's you know, the disruptive entrepreneurs, business owners, corporate leaders. They're the people that I work with. And I often say what else are we doing? Thank you, Indra. I often say that if we're really intentional in our work, and we're creating the transformations in the people that we want to, they are going to show up in a way that's going to have a positive effect on the people around them. So at the beginning of this year, I said that I wanted to impact 1 million disruptors, okay, within the next 2 years. And everyone said, how are you going to do that? Oh my gosh, you're going to wear yourself ragged. But it's easy, even in this time. Because what I did, I said, right, all I need to do is actually work with just 100. And if each of those 100 just work with 10, that's 10. I'm not putting my fingers up to 10. I can actually count. Right? Right. And if each of those 100 just work with 10, by the end of the year, we've got what? 1,000? Exactly. Right. And if those 1,000 work with 10,
yeah,
so you can see how quickly, using the compound effect, how quickly you get to 1 million. Now, if my million show up in the world having positive, amazing change that they have, and they meet your 1 million, Yvonne.
There you go.
And they meet Indra's 1 million.
Yeah.
Can you see how we now start to create the world we actually want to live in?
Absolutely.
People are feeling hopeless at the moment, especially if you're in the UK. They're feeling hopeless. They're feeling, oh my gosh, you know, Brexit is looming. What the hell's going to happen? For those of us that are unsure, you know, that didn't vote for Brexit. I'll be honest, I'll own it. I didn't vote for Brexit, right? So those of us that are really unsure are feeling crap. What's going to happen? Then we've got the whole global energy on top of that with the pandemic.
Exactly. Yeah.
But you, just you. Right, you on your own can affect change because you can impact 1 million people. And if your million, my million, and another person, we've already got 3 million. Before you know it, it's no different to the ripple effect that goes out into the world. Before you know it, we have created that change, and that's one of the things. You know, one of the new things I'm talking about over the last year and going into the future. And I've just written the foreword for a new book that's coming out on this. Is the human-to-human economy. You know, the heart-to-heart economy, which is an ecosystem that helps all of us contribute to societal change. And it's all tied in with the UN global goals. So I'm going to challenge anybody that's listening to this live, okay? Yes, of course, come on the masterclass, but only come if you're ready, and only come if you want to be part of that change. If you want to be part of the same sad story, then this may not be for you, because I'm way too positive and have way too much high energy for you, and you're just going to get frustrated, right? But you might have a friend who's like me that irritates you, so you tell your friend about me. Tell your friend about me, because your friend will get me, you know. Exactly. So Yvonne, before we go, have you got any parting words that you'd like to share with our listeners?
I would just like to echo what you've said, you know, that we are on the precipice of a new paradigm, and it is the human to human, you know, what's the word? Economy that we are living in. And so it's really important that we look at ourselves, our message, our brand and how we connect with others in business and on a personal level. And it's this is the, I've just seen the message and I'm laughing as well.
That's Indra. That's Indra. Thank you, Indra. You're such a positive pain in here.
Brilliant. So it's really, this is the time for us to really step into our purpose, step into our power. And Gail, you are the one to help people do that. You really, really are. As I said before, just take a risk and go for it, because working with Gail is going to just rock your world, and it's really going to rock it. It really is. It really is.
Oh, that's so nice. And you know what?
I'm telling the truth, though. I'm telling the truth.
Yeah, but coming from you, Yvonne, the great Yvonne J. Douglas, you know,
yeah.
oh my God.
Well, I surround myself with great people, you see. You're in my network because I consider you to be a great person. You are also a starseed, Grace. Gail. Sorry. You are also, I don't know where that came from, but you are also a starseed. You are fantastic. Exactly. Embrace that. You've come here to do some fantastic work, and this is just the beginning.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome.
Oh, thank you. So on that note, I'm going to go. Thank you so much, Yvonne, for your kind words, but also for sharing part of your journey and what has led to you being so successful today. And, you know, as I've said before, anyone that's listening, just check the link in my bio. It's there. Standing Up in Your Own Hallelujah Masterclass. It's on Tuesday, the 29th of December. You're more than welcome to join us. And, of course, you're more than welcome to spread the word. So on that note, I've got no idea how to finish this, so I'll try. Okay. On that note, bye.
Bye. Take care.
Thank you.